Hey guys, HBIC here, back for another special edition of Poppin' Bottles. Today I have a twofer. It's the 2023 release of Bombergers and Shenks from Michters. If you guys know, I'm a very big fan of Michters, and I actually had both of their 2022 releases as well. So let's talk about these bottles a bit. We're going to start with the Bombergers. So this year's, I have bottle number 2,493 out of 2,650. Last year's, they only did 2020 bottles, so much bigger yield on this year's than last year's release, but both come in at 108 proof. So some quick notes on this Bombergers. A portion of this was aged in Chiquapin. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but Chiquapin oak, and then it was aged in the air, naturally dried, seasoned 3 years before being toasted and charred. And addition, they did use malted rye in this production of the barrel. So it's bold and rich whiskey. You're going to get some rich molasses in there as well. So we're going to crack this bottle open first time. And also shout out to CD Liquors in Bolingbrook, Illinois for hooking me up with these two bottles and last year's releases as well. So make sure you stop at CD Liquors. Grab our Knob Creek Rye pick as well if you haven't tried it already. I mean, Knob Creek 9-year. Our rye's coming soon. Oh, man. That is, everything Michters I'm a big fan of. I love this. I'm actually going to do a blind in an upcoming video. So I'm going to take these 4 bottles. I'm going to blind them and see which one I like better. All right, let's next talk about the Shenks here. So this Shenks, now this is a little different from the Bombergers. These both are still 91.2 proof. This bottle, this year's release, they only did 2,101 bottles, whereas last year's they did 1819. So shorter yield last year. I'm sorry, this year. I'm sorry, shorter yield last year than this year. So good to see that there are more productions coming out with everything right now. Shout out for Michters for boosting that productivity. So this is sour mash whiskey. Here's some notes. This year's was made with a substantial amount of rye. And here's some other notes in there. They used 2 different barrel profiles. So a portion of this was aged 18 months, naturally air dried, seasoned wood in their signature char and toast profile. And then a portion of it was aged in special toasted French oak barrels that were made from 24-month air dried wood sourced from the Vasquez region of France. So I guess that's a fancy wood area, but kind of cool that they did a two barrel profile on that one as well. So let's try some of this. Crack this bottle open. Pour some nice Shenks sour mash. Oh. And these are both 2 phenomenal pours. If you see them at a bar and they're 2023 releases, definitely get yourself a pour. If you find them on the shelf, definitely get it. MSRP on the Bombergers was 130, and the Shenks I believe was 150. So a little increase from last year's MSRP on these, which were both I believe around 100, 110. But as I mentioned, I'm going to do a blind tasting coming up with the 2022 versus 2023 release. We're going to put all 4 in a blind flight. We're going to do that. And then also, Peter's going to be doing a special Michters Bourbon Bums video. So we're going to be talking Bombergers, Shenks, 10-year. We're going to be throwing in there the toasted bourbon as well. Or toasted sour mash, sorry. But very, very good. Shout out to Michters. They just always do great products. So I got some bourbon to drink, guys, and I'll catch you next time on Poppin' Bottles.